I'm a musician, I'm a saxophone player, I'm from Baltimore in the United States. I started off playing saxophone when I was a kid. I didn't take it very seriously. I was more interested in writing literature, the literature side of things. But then when I was 18, I left home, moved to the Czech Republic, and writing didn't really pay the bills, so music kind of, my second love, which is music, kind of took over. I started busking like I had done in Baltimore and New York. And after a while, I met a couple of Irish lads who had a rock and roll band, and they said, you know, you want to join our band? I was like, sure, why not? And started off playing rock and roll and blues and stuff like that. And after about 4 years of living in the Czech Republic, we decided to go to Ireland, to Cork, where the lads were from. So we kept on playing, and then I started getting into more of the jazz side of things, which is where my heart really was all along, even though I still love, you know, playing rock and roll and blues and all different styles of music. I've got a jazz quartet called the Darktown Strutters, and we kind of play a mixture of 1930s and 40s American swing, kind of mixed with French gypsy jazz, like from Django Reinhardt, that kind of style. And then I'm in a band called Rouge, which is a jazz quintet where we try and focus on the narrative aspect of jazz, in the sense we're trying to pick jazz songs that have good lyrics, that tell stories. Because a lot of jazz lyrics, sometimes they're a little bit hokey. I suppose some of the downsides of being a musician is your income is irregular, to say the least. So you never know when you're going to have money and when you won't. But the good side of being a musician, I suppose, is the kind of, you know, elation you feel when you're able to get an emotional response from your audience, a kind of catharsis. It's catharsis for them, it's catharsis for you, and that kind of exchange of energy when, you know, the band is really hopping and you're on fire. And that energy goes into the audience, and the audience love it, and they kind of bring it back to the musicians. And then I kind of feel it has this almost like dynamo effect, where this cycle of energy gets faster and faster and faster. And that's probably like the best drug in the world, you know? For the style of music that I'm most interested in, the kind of saxophone styles of the 1930s up into the 1940s and 50s, the man that comes to mind was Duke Ellington's lead alto player. His name was Johnny Hodges. Every time I hear Johnny Hodges' saxophone, I feel like he's talking to me personally or something. I don't know what it is, but I love his tone. When I'm in 3 different places in the world, I feel like I'm home. When I'm in Baltimore, I feel at home. When I'm in Prague, I feel at home. And when I'm in Cork, I feel at home. But after living in Cork for 9 years, Cork definitely feels more like home than any of those other places now, I suppose. And so, and plus Cork has been so good to me. You feel that feeling even more. When I was having trouble with getting legal in terms of immigration, the amount of letters of support that I got from all the kind of artistic institutions, whether it was the Arts Council of Ireland, the Cork Opera House, all the kind of venues I played in, that amount of support was just incredible. So yeah, Cork definitely feels like home, I suppose. Yeah.